You know about retro ghetto, collecting and playing retro. Lock into the retro ghetto.
Hi everybody and welcome back to the Retro Ghetto. So on this week's episode we're going to be looking at some more charity shop finds. I've had some great discoveries over the last few weeks, and then what I'm going to do is turn those discoveries into an absolute Super Nintendo Grail. I'm at a point now in my SNES collection where I've got most of the games I want, but this is one of the last heavy hitters that I've really been wanting to add to my collection. It's sitting here in this box. I've managed to resist the urge to open it thus far, so we're going to unbox this together at the end, and I'm going to explain to you exactly how I went from charity shop hunting to a Super Nintendo Grail. But we're going to kick it off with the first find. This was in a charity shop where they charged just 50 pence for video games. I managed to pick up all three of the Dead Space games on the Xbox 360 and an Xbox One game. I believe it's called House of Mason or something like that. Man of Mason, sorry. Not something that I'm well aware of. I paid just £2 for those 4 games and that returned £4.90 in CEX vouchers. So, you know, it's a slow start, but I've doubled my money. Next up, I had a really nice Xbox 360 find. As you can see, there was quite a few games in the bundle, the highlights of which were the Sonic Generations collection. There was actually 2 of those. One was an Xbox 360 Classics that was sealed. The lady that works there has a son, and I've took her a couple of things over time that's Sonic related because he's a massive Sonic fan. And she just wanted to clarify that his son already had that, and he did, so I went back the next day and picked up both copies of the game. As I say, they're like £10 each. That was a nice addition to my CX voucher fund. I paid £13.65 in total for everything that you're seeing, and that returned £40.20 in trade-in voucher. A very nice find. Okay, so this next find I did highlight briefly on my last pickups video. Nothing that I'm going to add to my total voucher number you can see on screen, but I just wanted to highlight it because I found some really nice Metal Gear Solid comics. And not only that, but for the first time ever, I found some hip-hop vinyl. I found this NWA album. I'm not going to give the name of the album because, you know, as I said before, I don't want to get cancelled. But yeah, very rare that I find hip-hop vinyl in a charity shop, so it was very nice to see that. I just thought I'd highlight this with you before we carry on. Okay, so back to some finds that I can make some money on, and I picked up 3 things in this charity shop, one of which was Nintendogs. I come across these Nintendo DS Nintendogs games quite often, but it caught my eye because it was a Dash-and edition, and I know that Dash-ins are very en vogue right now. I think they sold for like £5 or £6, it was definitely a wise idea to pick that one up. Also, Mario Kart on the Wii. I found so many of these, and full disclosure guys, I do not own Mario Kart on the Wii. I've been actively growing my Wii collection. But I just keep finding them, and because they hold so much value, I think CX are giving £11 each for that. I just keep trading them in, knowing that I'm going to find another one, and I did that yet again, so my hunt for a Mario Kart Wii to add to my collection goes on. And I also found a copy of The Simpsons on the Nintendo DS. In total, I paid £5.85 for those 3 items, and that returned a voucher total of £19. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at some PlayStation 1 games, and as you've seen from the footage, this particular charity shop had quite a few PlayStation 1 titles. I didn't pick any up because I either already owned them or there was no value in them. I then found 3 more games which I didn't own in this particular charity shop, and I bought them to add to my collection. The reason that adding them to my collection and not adding them to my total CX voucher fund numbers below is that the CEX app is very temperamental when it comes to PlayStation 1 games. There's a lot of games on the PlayStation 1 library that just don't exist in terms of the CEX app. They don't seem to give any money for them. For some reason they don't want them. I don't understand why. If anyone works for CX, let me know, because from where I'm sitting as a collector, PlayStation 1 collecting seems to be at an all-time high. So very, very bemused as to what games they do and what games they do not have on the CX app for PlayStation 1. But needless to say, 3 games that I found in a charity shop that I've added to my collection. Nothing overly valuable, about £20-ish in terms of value, and what they cost me like £1.95 each. And yeah, just something that I thought I'd highlight. It's always nice to find PlayStation 1 in a charity shop. Right, and then I found another DS Lite. This is my 3rd DS Lite of the year. I found a red one, a pink one, and now a white one. This cost me £4.95. CX gives £26 trading. The only thing I would say is, when you're finding things like this, just make sure you're going over them with a fine-tooth comb. CEX are quite picky when it comes to taking in consoles and handheld consoles. Just make sure it's got the serial number on the back. Make sure the ports are all as they should be. Make sure there's no overly scratched screens or any pixels or anything showing through on the screen or any LCD leakages. Definitely worth going over with a fine-tooth comb, but when you're paying just £4.95, you can't really go wrong. And then I found the mother load. I found this amazing PlayStation 4 bundle. When you go into the back room of a charity shop and you see all those blue spines, it's like, ah. It was such a good find. And the highlight of the find, I think, was Minecraft, which is still £14 in trading value, still a very popular game. No Man's Sky, I believe, was £10 in trade-in value. But the bundle that you're seeing on screen now cost me £15.60, and that returned a voucher total of £58.20. So that is an amazing find. And what I also did was I went back the following day because I thought to myself, you know what, I think I've left some hitters behind because I got a bit too overly excited with the ones that had a bit more value. And I actually picked up 2 more Assassin's Creed games. I picked up, I think it was Syndicate and I can't remember, but you're seeing it on screen now. They cost me £4 for the 2 games and they returned £10 voucher total. So yeah, all in, did very, very well at that PS4 lot. And lastly, I want to highlight these headphones, and the reason I want to highlight them is because I find no end of headphones in charity shops, and what you might be surprised to learn is that CEX take most headphones. The majority of times I've found them, CEX do take them, and they're usually on the app. These particular headphones cost me £3, they return £6, nothing special, but you're doubling your money. But I just wanted to highlight it so you guys can be more mindful when you're out and about on your hunts and you do see headphones. It's well worth just cross-referencing on the CEX app just to see if it is worth picking them up, because there are, you know, there is a bit of value in some of these sets of headphones. So yeah, let's pay £3, return £6.
Retro Ghetto.
Okay, so we spent a total of £49 in the last few weeks, and that returned just over £164 in CEX trade-in voucher value. That's a mouthful. So again, very happy with the profit that returned. Over the last 3 episodes of some of the great finds we've had, I spent £129.40, and that's received over £481 in CEX vouchers. I mean, that's not far off PlayStation 5 money, right? So we're getting there. And again, these videos just highlight the fact that there are still games out there. A lot of naysayers will tell you can't find games in charity shops anymore. It's not true. You just got to be prepared to put the work in. I've said previously, I'm out hunting every single day, and that is still the case. Yes, you have to factor in time and fuel costs, but for me, I enjoy it. I love doing it. I love the thrill of the hunt. And that's one of the favourite things for me about this hobby, is being out there, hustling and bustling, wheeling and dealing and finding these deals. So what I'm now going to do is show you what we've done with the vouchers from today's episode. As promised, I've picked up a Super Nintendo Grail, and I'm going to show you now exactly how I did it. So I took £160 of those vouchers that we took from today's finds, and I sold them to a friend of mine. Once you've been in this game for quite a while, you will have quite a lot of contacts, and I have multiple people that I can sell CEX vouchers to. The going rate on groups and online is 80%. I sell mine for 75%. Reason being is I'd rather just give them to somebody that I know, friends and acquaintances that I trust, so we can do it straight away. There's no messing about. They send me the cash, I send them the vouchers, everyone's happy, they get a good deal, I'm happy with the deal too. So what I did was I sold £160 of those vouchers, and I got £120 cash. With that £120 cash, I got what I think is a bargain. This is a game which has, I think, recently gone for almost £500. I'm going to put some of the sold listings up in a moment once I've showed you what it is. Obviously, it's all based on condition, but from what I've seen, I'm actually quite happy with the condition of this, by my own standards, I want to add. The chap that I bought this off is actually got a YouTube channel as well. I ended up talking to him a bit via eBay. He did me a great deal, and I'm going to put all the links to his channel in the description below. So without further ado, let's unbox it, shall we? Like I say, I've had this for just over a day now, and it's been staring at me, waiting to open it. The last time I did an unboxing on the channel, someone said the knife I used was a bit of overkill, so I'm going to change the knife this time.
That's not a knife. That's a knife.
Right, let's do it, shall we? Trying not to hit an artery. Live on YouTube. It'll put the views up though, won't it? Right, it's a SNES game, that's a good sign. Bubble wrap, also a good sign. Yeah, conditions not bad at all. Not mint by any means. Right, so as I say, this is the game that I've been wanting since I picked up Mystical Ninja a while back at Vintage Gamer. This has been my #1 target since then. I've never seen it for an affordable price. But yeah, without further ado, here it is. Hopefully you guys can see it. It is Biker Mice from Mars on the Super Nintendo. Very, very happy to have this in my hands. This is a game which has become very uncommon, very expensive, and by all means a very good game. I've resisted the urge of looking at too many reviews. I watched a review a couple of years ago and it really piqued my interest, and I remember thinking it looked really good. But I don't want to look at too much gameplay now because I just want to find out for myself. But I'll be putting images of the gameplay on screen now for you guys. And I'll be reporting back very soon as to what my thoughts on the gameplay are. But yeah, just so happy to have this. A lot of nostalgia for the cartoon when I was growing up. And yeah, it just looks brilliant. Looking at the back of the box, yeah. I mean, like I say, I'm not going to say too much about the gameplay until I've played through it, but very, very happy to have added this to my set. As I open it up, it's got all the tabs. And I don't know if you guys can see, but the manual is in very, very nice condition. It's a real thick manual as well. Lots going on in here. Nice full colour manual that you don't seem to get these days. And the cartridge itself, again, in really nice condition. So yeah, I'm very, very happy. And guys, that's how you can turn just going to your local charity shops into what is a grail for me. And that's how I do it. I've had people comment on my previous charity shop videos, say, you know, I'm ruining the hobby and I should be leaving these copies of, I don't know, Minecraft in the charity shop for people that want them. Why? Because I want this, and that allows me to find this. I'm going to keep doing it because I love it, and it allows me to buy games that I otherwise don't want to be spending my hard-earned cash on. So yeah, I'm delighted. Let me know in the comments if you've had any great charity shop finds lately, and let me know what grails you guys are after. I'm going to keep smiling at this game for a bit longer, but as always, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Play your games, keep it retro. I'll see you real soon. Take care.
Retro Ghetto.